Hello everybody, Shane1288 here, back again with your weekly RuneScape Byte for Monday, March 25th, 2019. This week sees the launch of Incense Burners, and to create an Incense Burner, or an incense stink as it's called in-game, we'll get to that later, you need 2 logs, 2 ashes, and 1 herb. Ashes range from impious through accursed all the way up to infernal, and almost every non-Herblore habitat herb will have a use in this Incense Burner update. So to craft an incense stick, first you need to craft some sticks with your log of choice, add the ashes, and then finally add the herb. You'll need 2 logs, 2 ashes, and 1 herb. Benefits range from extra chances to receive logs while woodcutting, or reducing your chance of failing agility obstacles at the low end, all the way up to granting an XP boost or increasing the chance of spawning elite NPCs up at the very high end with the high-level herbs, logs, and ashes. You can also overload an incense by using 6 sticks at a single time, and this will bring you to maximum potency right away, but the buff will only last for 10 minutes. Without the overload option, you will start at potency level 1 when you light your incense stick, and that will increase by 1 potency level up to a maximum of 4 every 10 minutes. And it's worth noting that even though the news post calls this an incense burner, these incense sticks are crafted and used exclusively in your inventory, so you do not need to go to your player-owned house incense burner to use them. This week, fire spirits have also been buffed, and the buffs are actually quite interesting. So starting off, a sound is now played when a fire spirit will spawn, and when you catch a fire spirit, you're now granted bonus XP for the next 1 to 5 logs that you're burning on a bonfire. The 5 firelighters now have a strike option, and when clicked, they grant a 5-minute buff that's added to your player, which will automatically consume any fire spirits that spawn, and this can stack for a maximum of 60 minutes. You will now also have a very rare chance of getting a clue scroll when claiming a fire spirit's reward, and the fired up ring and gloves now have a chance to stop your crystal tinderbox from degrading when you get a fire spirit. Also, any fired spirits gathered will now become an item in your inventory, allowing you to save up the entire inventory and click on one to open them all at once, should the Firelighters buff be active. When gathering a fire spirit, this will add a 1.3 times boost on the fire spirit drop table. Now this week, it's not all about firemaking. There's also a substantial amount of combat changes. We have the launch of the new Slayer resource dungeon that unlocks at level 100 Dungeoneering. It contains 4 chambers filled with Abyssal demons and dark beasts. And don't be worried, cannons can only be used on the dark beasts, and this dungeon can be accessed right outside the Slayer Tower in Mauritania. Now moving on to the patch notes this week, there's a new camera mode called Freedom, which allows for more extreme camera angles and zoom levels. Those RS video makers will definitely be happy with that one. The legendary pet scavenge option will now prioritize the most valuable single item in a stack of loot, so that means no more getting a single bone. If you're in a group and readied up, you can right-click the raid barrier and click Choose a Boss, Practice Mode. From there, any of the options will take you to that part of the raid's boss fight, except in practice mode. The change has been reverted to the Glacier Cave mine site to restore it back to the way it was before the update of March 11th, 2019. The Guthix Temple deep beneath Lumbridge Cavern has been added to the teleport options on the 6th-stage circuit. The Max Guild portal teleport to the Tormented Demons now places the player closer to them, while still respecting their boundary of aggression. And a whole boatload of changes to Next Angel of Death, which we'll cover on the podcast later this weekend. That's it for the Weekly Byte. We'll be back this weekend with Sirion for another full episode of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video at all useful to you, like and subscribe, and you can also find us in-game at Friends Chat BitsBytes. See you then, everyone.